Hey guys, Colin here with Red Beans and Dice, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Captain from Nemesis, made by Awaken Realms. We're going to be reviewing and looking at the quest items, the cards, and then the starting weapon, and then the trait. So there's going to be a couple cards in the deck out of the 10 card deck that are just like Search and Interruption and Rest, and I left those to the side because those are just generic cards. I didn't really want to look at them. We're going to take a look at some of the more unique cards that come with the Captain. So starting off, let's look at the quest item up here, Log Key, and you're going to need to activate this item in the comm rooms. That'll be a tile that you uncover. I believe that's where you send the signal. This will be a non-combat item, and it's a one-use only, used in a room with a computer. Choose a player, look at their objective cards. So I am not, I'm not a big fan of this card. Usually you just need to try to accomplish your objective and just hope and pray that no one's trying to kill you. And then there's people with similar objectives, but for the most part, it's a semi-co-op, and you can't worry too much about that. You just kind of got to go about your business. And if somebody's trying to kill you, if that's one of their objectives, usually you know it. They're following you around, trying to trap you in rooms or put fire where you're at. Not a big deal. So not a huge fan of this. It seems like a little bit of waste of time, but hey, if you really want to check out their objective cards, go for it. That's what this guy can do. Second quest item is going to be the Intercom, and you're going to have to discard tools or duct tape to activate this item. I actually like both of those items, so that's a little no-no for me, but I gotta say the all characters in a room with a computer may additionally be targeted by your order or motivation. Order can only affect a single character. That's a pretty good card. If you're actively trying to get somebody to an objective or just get them along the board a little further, this card can help you out. Or if you're just trying to devastate somebody, I find that the Captain has a lot of commanding, ordering kind of type cards like that can manipulate other people to move into areas. So there is that. If you're got an access tool or duct tape, then this is the card for you to discard and go ahead and activate that quest item. Checking out some of the cards here for the Captain. First up, we just have the basic repairs. Now, I think a lot of characters have these, but I just wanted to do 5 of the more unique cards for the Captain. So, this is a pretty pricey card. The card plus 2 other, that's not very good. But, if you need it and you're in the room, there you go. You have this card. And it's repair break engines in the engine room that you're in, or discard a malfunction marker in the room you are in. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too special there. Order is one of those manipulation cards that I was telling you about that the Captain specializes in. Choose another character in the room you are in. Move that character to a neighboring room of your choice, with or without their permission. Now, I believe this is where you could use an interrupt card and say, no, I'm not going to do that. So there's a possible counter for that, and then they would know that you're trying to screw them over. There's a lot of karma in Nemesis, if you haven't noticed that. If you sneak into another room and mess somebody else's plans up, even if you don't have the objective to kill them, they're going to remember that, and they're going to hate you for it. So there is that. So this is just a simple move another character into a room next to you with or without their permission. This could be a helpful item or something where you try to kill them and put them in a room with a queen so they take an attack and maybe die. Next up, this is a bittersweet card. And I'm going to be getting into the 6-shooter over here, which is not an energy weapon. So actually, let's just take a look at that real quick. I said quack. Can only be reloaded with the reload action card. Okay, and that's where we're at right here, the reload action card. So this is an amazing gun. It comes with 6 shots, but this reload card is the only way that you can put an ammo back in there. It doesn't cost anything besides the card itself, and you can reload 1 ammo onto your 6-shooter, but the fact that you can't get an energy charge and recharge your weapon that way is just devastating. So this is kind of a bittersweet card. I love it and I hate it. Sometimes you really want more than 1 ammo reloaded at a time onto your weapon, but this is how it rolls, and it's just a unique aspect of the Captain, and actually I really like it. You're in a hurry, you can just put in 1 bullet into your old-timey 6-shooter at a time. I think it makes this character very unique, and I like this card a lot. Over here we have motivation. All characters in the room you are in, including yourself, draw 1 action card. So this is a great card if you have 4 other people in the same room as you. I would assume that this would be best for co-op, because sometimes you know, if somebody just doesn't really care about you, even if they don't have the objective to kill you, you know, sometimes they'll just go ahead and try to accomplish their objectives and they might screw you over in the process. So, once again, this can be a little bittersweet, but, you know, it's always nice when you can give somebody else in the room an extra card, which is essentially an extra action. You know, it just costs the card itself, not a big deal there. And, you know, this could backfire on you. Somebody might move out of the room you're in and put noise right where you're trying to go or something like that. So put that over to the side. And then our last card here, Suppressive Fire. A couple characters have cards similar to this. You're just going to be discarding one ammo. You or one other chosen character in your room may escape the room without triggering an intruder attack. So this is good. Say somebody had an egg and they're trying to make it to an escape pod, and you really need that person to survive and you don't want them to take an intruder attack when they move out because you're just having trouble killing it. This would be a perfect card. Losing an ammo is pretty tough for the captain. He does start with 6, but at the same time, intruder attacks can be devastating. There's a couple event cards, or excuse me, a couple cards that will, you know, hit you, and then it's like, oh, if you have 2 or more serious body wounds, you just die, and that can end the game real quick, and then you gotta sit around for like an hour and watch your other friends have fun. It's horrible. And then this will be an in-combat card, obviously, because you're doing an escape action to get away from an intruder. And then let's dig a little bit deeper into this starting weapon. I put the little cubes on there just so you guys can get the feel for it. But I love this weapon, but I hate it at the same time. It's just the whole energy that the captain gives off. You know, you're happy about it, but he's good and bad. He has a lot of unique things that are going on that are great, but at the same time, not being able to load this with an energy charge is horrible. The first time I was playing, I didn't see the energy weapon sign up here, and I was like, oh crap. And then I read a little further on, and then when you roll a double hit, you deal 1 extra injury. That's amazing. You can deal 3 damage if you get that double whammy, but you can only reload this with the reload action card that I showed you earlier in the cards there. So that can be problematic. Once you get down to 2 or 1 ammo, you know, it's not looking good if you want to take on an intruder, because for God forbid it takes, 2 rounds to reload 1 ammo onto this bad boy. So that can be trouble. But at the same time, it starts with 6. You're doing good in the beginning, but just, make sure to ration your ammo very wisely with this weapon. And then last but not least, we have the trait over here. When you hit an intruder with a 6-shooter, you can perform another shoot action, even multiple times, against the same target with the 6-shooter. The action has no cost and doesn't count towards the limit of actions of your round. Check the injury effect after your last shot. So this means that you can keep shooting and shooting as long as you have ammo, and then whenever your last shot miss, I believe, or you decide that you don't want to shoot anymore, then you'll be drawing the card to see whether or not you kill the intruder. So this is great. I've actually used this a couple times with success. I believe with the adult intruder, there's a 50-50 chance that you're going to be hitting him. There's the 1 hit, 2 hit, and then I think there's 1 adult symbol. Correct me if I'm wrong there, but if you keep hitting and hitting, it's it's a good way to just put some damage onto an intruder. And it's one of the traits that I actually use quite a bit. Who wouldn't want to keep shooting and not use an action card once you hit and hit? And you can also build up hits, and then it builds momentum, and everybody's watching you and everyone's cheering for you as you put more and more damage onto this intruder. It's a great card. Just die already. And that's a great name for it. And then he's got his little action pose here with his 6-shooter. So that's the trait. I really like it, and that's the overview for my captain from Nemesis by Awaken Realms. I hope you really liked the video that I put out. If you have anything to add to it, anything that you thought I left out about the captain, drop it down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. This is obviously just my opinion from having played 4 or 5 times with this character, so I'd love to hear yours. Thank you so much for watching my video, and love you guys. I'll check you later.